So JMAP sort of came about 10 years ago when we said, what if we just built something new? What if we built a new protocol designed for today's problems, but backwards compatible? And one of the authors of IMAP said to us something like, you're dreaming if you think it's ever going to work. But we decided to continue dreaming, and we built this thing. And the thing we built is JMAP. It only replaces the IMAP part of this equation. It doesn't replace server to server. It does replace sending your mail in from your laptop to the computer. And there's two important things to talk about. One is it's just HTTP and JSON. And if you ever go look at email submission, calendars, contacts, which JMAP also handles, all a bunch of weird protocols like DAV. It's all a bunch of weird data structures like vCard and iCalendar. I know them pretty well these days, but they're just a nightmare. And if you were going to say, I want to write a couple little tools, a couple little toys for me to use for my personal data, because remember, your data belongs to you, and the server is just there to be a steward of your data. You have to go learn these crazy ancient protocols. Every programmer these days knows HTTP and JMAP, or JSON, excuse me. It's how the internet works these days. So JMAP gives you a way to say, I want all these benefits. I want to synchronize my mail offline. I want efficient communication back with the server, but I want to do it in a simple way that I can understand. And if I need real-time communication, like a real-time update from the server, we have ways for doing that now. It's how you get a push notification to your phone, right? It's a web push. Those things don't require open network connections, which means they eliminate surprisingly large amount of resource usage in data centers and make your services a lot more reliable. They also have a lot of benefits for authentication. And I'll stop going on about that, but I really could. It's really kind of shocking about how much better, both in terms of simplicity and leverage, JMAP is. Also, as a programmer, it's just really nice. It's really nice to work with. I feel very good about using it.
So to summarize this, so there are essentially two communications. There's a communication if I'm sending an email, there's communication from me to the server of the service that I use, and then there is server to server. Like if the other person's using a different email provider, then it has to go there. You guys don't modify that second half of the equation because that would probably break the interoperability between you and other people, unless you found a way to like translate protocols between each other or something goofy that I don't understand.
Yeah, we just would do it.
Yeah. So you guys are only able to do essentially what's within your own ecosystem for your own customers.
That's right. Yes. So I'll start with yes. But the important thing to note is when you say within our ecosystem, you're correct that we're not changing the way server to server works. But JMAP is a set of internet standard documents. So you can go look at RFC 8620, RFC 8621. Those define the core JMAP specification and JMAP for email. You can find those documents. They're published by the Internet Engineering Task Force. You can download them and you can write software that implements those. And then you can point that software at fastmail and it will work. And the further dream is that more people will build JMAP clients. And there are some. You can go on the iOS App Store and the Android App Store and find some JMAP clients that are not our web UI. So if you really want that native client that's built in Swift, because that's what you want to run on your iOS phone, you can get one. And there are other people who have implemented JMAP servers other than the JMAP server that we use. And so you could take a JMAP client someone else has written and a JMAP server someone else has written and have your own ecosystem still using JMAP. So that's the big difference in being a walled garden. We made plans for how to make gardens that would all connect up beautifully. We published those, and so far it's going pretty well.